I have been loving and collecting as I can for quite a while the incredible cut paper collages of Meredith Britt. But it wasn't till today that I actually put on some glasses and looked closely at the cutout little bits on them that I was really amazed to see what that consists of.
This is a collage of a drawing that I go through my drawing books and I look for something that suits my next concept, and this was a drawing of my living room in St. Louis in an apartment on the second floor of a two-family flat, and 5047A Mardell. So the walls were white, but in the drawing they're yellow, and the woodwork was brown. In the drawing it's blue and purple, and so here it's purple and green, and the ceiling is gray. This collage is from the same drawing of the same living room, and in this collage there is a painting that I did in Colorado Springs, looking out my window of my home there, and across the street, as you can see, and Art Trujillo now owns this painting, which is quite large, and I had it hung behind my desk when I worked at the Optic with Art, who still works at the Optic. And this was a closet. When I moved in, it was such a large closet. I loved the spaciousness and said it would never fill up, but it did. Well, I just find such inspiration here in Las Vegas. I'm not quite sure why. It's the light, it's the surroundings and the people, and maybe it's the architecture, maybe it's the clouds, I don't know, every now and then. A couple years ago I had a wonderful chance to spend 3 weeks in Westcliff, Colorado, which is the center of the universe, and I painted about 4 paintings outdoors in plein air, as some people say, and I sold the painting of this tractor, and I did this collage from a photo of the painting, and the painting was actually in what I would call a junkyard, but the guy who owns this stuff would be offended. And it was a beautiful morning. I had to go out there several mornings because it got very hot when the sun came over onto where I was standing. So, just a nice tractor. The painting was square. I just happened to have a square canvas, but I like to do these collages 8.5 by 11 because that's the size of the paper. And everybody says, where do you get that? Where do you get the paper? And it's kind of a boring question. This collage is based on another drawing out of a drawing book, and it was a black and white charcoal drawing. I was babysitting for a lady with dementia who thought we were in South Chicago, but we were in Fort Collins, and her adult daughter and son-in-law were at work. And so I drew the house and didn't look at the picture again for 25-30 years, but the house wasn't anything like this, or the drawing. Couldn't tell much from the drawing, it kind of faded. There was a kitchen, and I was in a living room with that cabinet, and there was a bedroom with a door and a bed. But
this photo, I know this was in no way intended, but this looks a lot like me for some reason.
Well, it probably is. You were probably in that picture on that wall of whoever's bedroom it was. No, and the books were not on the cabinet. Everything was pretty different. No. Thank you for looking at my collages, and you can come see them at Zocalo Art Gallery in the plaza in Las Vegas, New Mexico, USA.